Hello and welcome back. You're now watching the fourth episode of Consult Mansi web series, a series that's completely dedicated exclusively to the field of communication, where I touch upon journalism, PR, advertising, marketing, and today is all about digital media. I'm your host, Mansi. I am a communications specialist, basically a digital marketing consultant or social media coach. I'm also a guest faculty at a couple of colleges and a speaker for workshops and seminars. So before we start the episode today, I would like to make it very clear that this is not a paid episode and this is a complete content where the IP rests with consultancy. The content should not be reproduced partially or fully for commercial purposes. Also, this episode doesn't sell any product or services. The opinion discussed in today's episode is purely of the guest and does not necessarily reflect on that of Consult Mansi's culture or workings, vision, mission, none of it. So with that, let's start. Today's guest for the episode is Karan Parwani. Welcome, Karan. So
Thank you for having me.
I'll just give you a brief about Karan. Karan Parwani is the Chief Marketing Officer at High on M and an ex-agency owner with 3 years of experience in digital marketing, serving 60, that's 60 plus brands. He also runs a podcast on marketing, and that's something that is like a must listen. Actually, it's a must listen. And he also had the opportunity to interview Neil Patel. So I think that put your ears up there. Okay, and he has also been featured in Silicon India magazine for for his agency's feature in the year 2018. Now, for those of you who don't know, Silicon India magazine is one of the most brilliant and noted magazine in India when it comes to the tech culture and the tech part of India. So that's a very nice magazine to read, and he was featured on it. So yes, Karan, I'm so glad you made time for me on this. All right, so let's start off with a few questions for you. Um, Tell us something about yourself, like what do you do? What does your day look like? And tell us something about your academic background, because all we have heard is there's this very young guy who started off with an agency. Okay, like a fresher started with an agency. That's all that we've heard about you, and I have seen you at the events, and it's mostly like you've done a lot of work and you speak quite well, and that's how much we know about you. So tell us a little more about you, Karan.
Okay, so I basically come from Jaipur, Rajasthan, and I'm right now in Bangalore. So it's around 3 plus years. So I make Bangalore my home now. Okay, because I think it's more cool over here. So the journey started from my college itself because I think the word digital marketing was very active in the year 2017. In India, it started to have an exponential growth. So it was, because when I entered, so I thought, what should I do? Because my college was around 4 hours in a day. So I said, what should I do for the rest of the day? So I was exploring the options of coding, the HTML, the CSS. So I thought, okay, let's go for it. And then I started learning it for free. And then in the middle, there was a workshop conducted by our college on digital marketing. So I said, okay, fine, let me explore this thing. So I went there in the workshop, and my like once they told about the targeting stuff, I said, "Whoa!" My mouth was open for 1 minute. I said, "Oh my God, we can do that! This is so cool! Imagine we can sell our own products and services to human beings." And so that's what the magic was actually. And then I went to my college library where the PCs were there, the computers were there, and then I searched for the keyword digital marketing training. Okay, simple, straight. I went there and then I landed on a Google ad for DSIM, the institute, which was there. It's a very famous institute. So I said, okay, let's fill the form. And then I came back home and then told my mom about this. Okay, so she wasn't aware. So I told mom I want to go into digital marketing. This thing is very cool. Okay, so I told her that, and I said there's a lot of money to be made over here. So she said, okay, I'm fine with it. I mean, anything you go. So majority is that parents' contribution also has helped me a lot. So that's what the support is important for every human being basically. So and then I got a call from DSIM that come in and we want to like uh, discuss a few things before we sign up. So I said, okay, okay. Oh, so I told my mom, mom, let's go. So mom said, abhi jana hai kya? Okay, we have to go now. I said, mom, come on. I mean, I don't know how to use this thing. So then I started. Then we went, and you know how they sold us. They sold us on the certificate. You get from Google, Facebook. Oh my God, these big names. So okay. So that's when I got sold, and then I got enrolled, and then that's where I also met my co-founder of my agency. So that was one of the biggest opportunity which I think my college has given, because through college then the dots got connected, and then I reached where stage two where I met my co-founders. And then there only I started my own e-commerce brand with the help of a startup in Bangalore, where they had an affiliate website, where you can sell their products and then you can get commission for it. So I said, okay, let's start that. And I started at the age of 18, that store, and I made around 40,000 in sales and around 5,000 in profit with that. So, so I sold every human being on the planet. You can imagine. I sold it to my neighbors. I spammed their WhatsApp. I spammed their, my friends which were there in the college. I spammed their WhatsApp too. So it's very natural that I didn't, they broke the friendship from me because I did that. So that was kind of a very, very pushy, what I can say, approach. So I didn't know, how to sell stuff. So I just used to spam it, but I used to get sales. That was the advantage was. I even was connected with V Commission, which is an affiliate network in India. So I even sold it to my account manager, which was managing my account there. So she bought a T-shirt from me as well. I said, okay, this is cool. So that's when I met my co-founders, and my co-founders said, let's start something and let's give services to the businesses who require digital marketing. Okay, so let's start it off. And then I started my agency with those co-founders. And with that, we have served around 60 plus brands in the global market. And one of the brands being Purvankara Builders, developers, one of the biggest which we have served. They are a real estate company, and that's where one of the biggest customers were. And after that, I thought that why not we should try for content marketing. So I thought of starting my own personal brand, which I think got succeeded very well. And then I started interaction in groups, beyond digital marketing and all these big groups. So that's where I got an opportunity to grow bigger. I started posting a lot of content, and so I got started getting they say fame, but I don't consider this as fame. I say that it's the fruits of the hard work that you do, and that's when I also decided to start my own podcast, because podcasting was also getting bigger in India, with Gary Vee pushing a lot of it. So I got inspired, and then I started. So I said the biggest way to get people is to get guests, to your own show, which are famous already in the marketing field. So I said, let's do that. And I followed the model, and I got a lot of traction with that. And the biggest break was with Neil Patel. So I think that's the biggest break. And I cracked that thing with just single email to be sent to Neil Patel. There were no contacts in between. So that's one of the biggest feats I would say I've achieved. And today I think if you know Gaurav Madan, I don't know if you've heard of that name. Gaurav, he is a big marketer in India. So he found my work, and then I mean, of course, he connected with me and offered me a position of CMO at High on M. And I accepted it. It's a big, big opportunity for me. How could I miss it? Okay. So I did that. And yeah, that's my thing. And it's been a great journey, and I look forward to like contributing to more to this community, this industry. And of course, one more thing was my group, which I made, marketing practitioners, which has crossed around 1,000 plus people, and it has been a great asset for me right now. So yeah, that's about me.
That's beautiful. So, what did you say your academic background was?
It was BBA, Bachelor of Business Administration,
Fantastic.
from Jain College.
Awesome. Awesome. How does your day look like now? Like, if you have to look at a day in your life, like just pick up any day in your life. Okay, how does it look like from morning till evening? I mean, as you said, I think just before we started this, while conversing, you told me that, oh, it's a marketeer's life. Nothing changes, whether pandemic or not, nothing changes. So how does your day look
Yeah.
like nowadays?
Okay, so I just wake up and then I open the laptop before even doing anything. So I open the laptop, I see some stats, I see some emails, and then yeah, again I get some snacks and again sit on the laptop, and then again I wake up, and then it's lunchtime, then I do my lunch, and then I come back again to the laptop, and then I take some nap, and after that I also play video games, so I then hop onto my PS4 and then play some games. um, and then it's evening time, you have some tea, all right, and then you come back, and then you see some YouTube videos of my. I see a lot of stand-up comedy, because that also lightens up your mood, and the stress is relieved. So I watch those videos, and then I communicate on my group, the community which I have built. So I communicate over there. I see others what they are posting, and then I post something. I boost engagement, and I do some work again, and then go to sleep. It's very simple. I don't give any, it's very simple. Like, वो कहते हैं ना कि what we say, sadhu होता है ना sadhu, or we say monk, monk. So I live like that, but in a marketeer's perspective.
Very nice. So I can take probably the video games that you play and watching YouTube videos. These are your two hobbies. Can I consider that your hobbies, or do you have something more? What do you
Yeah.
do?
Okay, so hobbies, of course, video games is a top priority. Second is yeah, watching YouTube videos. You're right. Yeah, true. I don't have, seriously, I don't have anything else. Because I used to play since the age of 4, the video games. So I'm playing since then, and I do nothing else. Yeah,
Nice, nice to hear this. You have enough time to do what you want to do. So I think that's
yeah,
that's that's good enough, and that's the beauty of digital marketing.
absolutely.
See, I mean, why do you look at specializing in Facebook ads? Because there's Google ads, a little more complicated probably than Facebook, or any other social media channels for that matter. Okay, I agree that Facebook as a platform gives you that hold on a little bit of WhatsApp and a lot of it on Instagram as well. But why Facebook ads?
Facebook has the thing is it's very they have a lot of data in terms of whom you can target. So that's very flexible in Facebook ads, and of course it's an outbound platform. So Facebook ads helps you to get more email IDs. It's very famous for you to generate more email IDs and then nurture them over the period of time. So that beauty of Facebook ads with the ease of finding the most relevant audience for you is what drives for me to run more Facebook ads, and also the ROI and everything. But Facebook ads is very detailed targeting is there. You know, Other than that, the creative side, you can showcase your creatives, and you can run video ads, which helps you to build your brand and boost your brand engagement. So I again consider Facebook for that. And Google Ads is like an inbound platform to just get traffic and convert them. But the thing is, the brand awareness gets lost in between. So I consider that Facebook has an advantage over that. And but I prefer both of the platforms. So it depends upon my objective. If my objective is to get more people fast into my system, I use Google Ads, then because that's intent-based platform, like people just search and come for it. Facebook, it takes a little bit time and nurturing to get those people to convert. So that's the reason.
Beautiful. So you're looking more like one is the long-term bit, and second one is the
Yeah.
engagement. Definitely, definitely.
True.
So I want to take a step back and your story of starting the company. You started a company of your own as a fresher, right? Like right out of college,
True.
and there was a company of your own. So, and now that you have become the CMO of High-on-M, what advantages or disadvantages do you have, like becoming an entrepreneur as a fresher in this field? What is it that you see? Because right now you're out of it, as in you are now an employee. So, how do you see that as a difference?
Thing is that you don't know people. First of all, you don't have any contacts. Because my co-founder was 50 years old. All right, my two co-founders both were 50 years old, and I said, okay, I don't know anyone. I don't know how would I sell, because the thing is, an entrepreneur should know how to sell stuff to people, right? I didn't have those skills, so that's a challenge for anyone who is coming out fresh, as or starting in college. So if he doesn't know how to sell, then he won't be able to make sales for his business. So I didn't knew that, and I had to learn it from my co-founder themselves. They only taught me how to sell. And second thing was, of course, servicing and delivering to the customers. It's tough. When you're starting out, you don't know the patterns, you don't know what to do, you don't know how to report it to the customers, you don't know how to negotiate, how to deal with them. So, for example, if there is any fire, if customers are angry, how to deal with angry customers. So if you don't deal with them correctly, then you are losing the deal. Then they would pull back the project, right? So then there will be a loss. Third thing is taxes. I didn't know how to do taxes. I didn't know how to contact with chartered accountants. So that was kind of when I used to see on TV. It's like, okay, it's a big corporation game. It's a Mukesh Ambani thing. You pay taxes. Okay. So I was very proud, when the company used to pay taxes. I'm like, I'm a proud taxpayer of this country. So I am contributing something to the economy. So that's what the feel you get. So that system, to understand that system, you take time. Again, one more thing is, you're not confident enough, to deliver. But it means that you are only learning still some advanced strategies, which you have to implement on your client's project. You don't know that because you're just out of the digital marketing learning ecosystem, but you haven't implemented much on the projects. So it takes time. So you have to then test and learn. You have to first fail again, and uh, learn from your failures, and then implement it on the next project. So that's what the more one more challenge I faced. And again, we kind of um, fucked up on our first project itself. Okay. My first project of marketing was in vain, but we at the end of the day we preserved it, and that project was successful. And again, that project was from my professor, so I sold it to my professor itself. So that was the first project of the whole company. So that was a good feel. I could sell to the professor itself, and yeah, that was the challenge. But at the same time, it was experience again. Um, Other than that, teams. Okay, you have teams. You have people working under you, so you have to also handle those. So I didn't know how to handle teams. My co-founder had an experience of 30 plus years of into training and everything. So that advantage I didn't have. So then I had to learn it how to handle teams. Because I was 18 and my team members were 30, 35. So I said, okay, how should I do that? How should I tell them to do something? I felt a little bit uncomfortable. So also that challenge was there as well. So a lot of it, of course. And I was in college, so I have to also handle my college stuff and then the entrepreneur thing. So I have to sit till 2 a.m. in the night and complete my project, and then again wake up in the morning and go to the college, and then get free from the college, and then book an Uber cab, and then go to my office, which we had in Koramanga, and then again go back to home. So that's the cycle I used to follow for 3 years, no, for 2 years, sorry. So that's what we did. Yeah, those were the challenges.
And what was the advantages? Let's look at the
Uh,
advantage from the perspective of, you moved from there to here where you are right now. And I'm sure there's a difference between how you think and how others think, because you've got that entrepreneurial journey behind you, right? So what is the advantage that you have now because you started an agency of your own?
Wow. First of all, contacts. You build a lot of contacts. You have network around you. So anytime anything happens, you know that you have people to preserve you. To if you have someone to contact you back, you know that whom you have to get in touch with to get that thing done. Second thing is having an attitude of getting work done from people or delegating. You know. So if right now if I am having teams under me, I know how to handle those teams, how to get my work done. All right, so second advantage. Third is, of course, the mindset thing. All right, if you don't have the right mindset, if you are still in the mindset that I know everything, if you consider yourself as an expert, a master, you're not a master, because this is a dynamic field. You have to learn every single day. So I developed that, and I'm learning every single day. So that's then there's no chance of me being a failure because I'm not thinking that I know everything. So I am out of that zone and I learn every single day. So that's an advantage. Fourth advantage is that I know how to sell. All right. And so if I have to sell anything to anyone, I know what to do, how to make a proposal for a B2B customer, how to negotiate, how to, do my taxes. Okay. I know that. And how to, what not to do. Also, I know that what not to do. Okay. So those perspectives I have built now. Fifth is how to handle, how to be diplomatic. So that's more important. How to, if you're stuck in a deal, if you're stuck in a position where you have to convince the customer and cool him down, I know how to do that too. So if all those experiences are helping me now, and of course delivering, executing projects, I've learned that. I've done for 60 plus brands, so I have that experience within me now, so I can execute that. Yeah, that's what, these are the advantages basically.
That's a lot of learning. So, Karan, let's come to the business side of it. Okay, like considering the
Okay.
pandemic times, people losing jobs and companies are shutting down. So, how has this pandemic times actually affected your business?
It has only grown our business. I don't know why, but it hasn't reverse reaction on us. We did our maximum revenue per day, which was there. So I don't know. So we acquired 2 to 3 customers, and then I think, of course, again we are in the position of getting more. So the only thing is, people they think that recession aa gaya, so we are gone now. We will be, that mindset is there. So if you already are lost over here, then you can't do anything. If you say that, okay, I'm done now, it's 2008, 2007. They also remember that what happened in 2007 with them will again happen now. So that mindset from 2007 is still active. So they get into that mindset and then they lose everything. They think that, okay, I can't do anything now. So again, next thing is being in a comfort zone. A lot of people are still in the comfort zone. So comfort zone killed all of the jobs. If you see, people have been laid off. They were in the comfort zone. They weren't learning anything on the side. They weren't going to Udemy. They weren't learning from mentors. They didn't have any mentors at the first place. They didn't have any networks. So of course you are bound to be doomed from the pandemic, because businesses will think of first, that okay, the first cost which they cut is the employees. Okay, they think that people who are not relevant to the company, why should I keep them? So drive them away. That's what. But for us, we have hired interns. We have hired 2 interns right now, and one more employee in the company. So that's the because we weren't able to control things, so we had to hire people. And right now, that's the thing. Because we had built networks. We know how to generate inquiries and convert them. So I think for digital agencies, this time is the best time, because a lot of companies will be who were advertising traditionally will now shift their budgets to digital. So they need companies to manage those budgets. So they need companies to manage those things for them. So agencies have a big opportunity right now if they take it up. So that's what I think.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting to hear that, while people are losing jobs, you're actually hiring people, and then your budgets are going up. You're actually adding customers to the list. So this is great
Yeah.
to hear. See, of what I see, you, the current that I have known is somebody who has moved his Facebook group of digital marketing practitioners to like 1,000 plus member community in a very short period of time. Okay, and I look at you as a content creator and an awesome community manager. Okay, your responses are really quick, they're really sharp, and sometimes very curt too. I've seen those messages where you've said people have deleted their post, why are they deleting it, what image are you trying to portray. So you're very neat and sharp. Okay, but see, one side you've got your office which is growing in the pandemic times, and then on the other side you've got your own branding and you've got the Facebook groups. What efforts does it take from your end to be this way? Like, how much efforts do you actually put in?
I think if I talk about the productive time for one day, I work, if I'm productive, for 5 hours, 4 hours, simple. I don't work much beyond that. It's like, the thing is, I've already done a lot of hard work in my previous years. If you see, I put on a lot of hours in the previous years. So that kind of compounding have compounded now and is giving me results right now. So if I post anything, right, for example, if I have any idea, so for example, if I'm creating a campaign and some idea shoots from mind, so I take that idea and I put it into my Facebook group. So then there are people who are like-minded, and then they start engaging with that particular post because they find it interesting. They find it that it's for their own benefit that the discussion has started. So I take that, and I think from there the community is already active right now. So right now, if you see, I don't post much because I've already built that compound effect on myself. That if I post anything, that thing is gonna get engagement. And so I have used the learn digital marketing, what I say, advantage to transfer to my own group, but with a limited number of people. You must have seen that there are no spam posts in DMP, right? There are no people who are spamming because in the backend there are no moderators basically. There are only two admins who keep approving the post, and mostly people are pre-approved in the community because you don't need moderators when the community itself is very clean. It's only comprised of marketeers. There are no other members. So then that time also gets cut. You don't need to go and moderate things for yourself. So that's running automatically. And then the company thing is like I stay up late till 1, 2 a.m. So that gets adjusted. I work, so that's easy because when you love something, when you like something you do, then you don't see time and you keep working. And my thing is get things done. If we have some agendas, to get them done, and I don't create any to-do list, or a task sheet, I keep checking. So I just list it in my notes, what I have to do, and then I do it in simple. That's
Neatly put. Very nice.
it.
Um, Give us some top tools for social media enthusiasts that you use regularly, especially in the last 4 months, because the consumer behavior has changed, the pattern in which we consume media has changed, a lot of things have changed. So considering that, I'm pretty sure that your analytics and measuring metrics have also changed. The parameters have changed. There's a paradigm shift in everything that the consumer is doing. So, are there any new tools that have crept in for social media enthusiasts, especially when it comes to social listening? Or any other tools that you use on a regular basis, which is like a must use for every social media enthusiast.
Okay. If any social media or any normal digital marketer can also use those. So one which is important is the social media thing. Publer new tool has come in. If you know Publer is a new tool, okay, which is into social media management. And like we have Hootsuite and Buffer, but that tool is way advanced in terms of comprising everything at one place and giving a very simple dashboard. So I will give you the names later when you are publishing this episode. You can just give a description and the link for that tool. Okay. So that's one tool. Second tool is of course, which tools do I use? Okay, I use HubSpot. Okay, for the CRM purposes. HubSpot it's free for 1 million customers. So you can use it, and that tool helps you to organize your inquiries, your numbers, contacts, people, and companies. Also, it helps you in email marketing and everything. So that's advanced stuff which you want to do, but it's free for to start with. Yes. Third is Hotjar. Hotjar is a tool which helps you to find the heat map. I'm sorry, and the visitor recordings. Okay. For example, if you're on a page, if you have a landing page, if you want to know that where people have clicked the most on a landing page, so you take the URL, you paste it in Hotjar, and then it prepares a heat map for you. It says ki on this link, around 100 people have clicked. So it shows you that if that thing is working for you. So then you optimize your page according to that data which you get from Hotjar. Okay. And then you also see visitor recordings. It means ki people who have landed on the page, you see what actions they have taken. So if they're not converting, you know that what you have to change for your landing page. Okay. So though I'm using it for every client which we have, and they are giving us good results basically. basically it helps you to save a lot of money and get you more conversions. Hotjar. Okay. Third is proof. Proof, if you have seen those tiny notifications which arrive in the bottom left corner that this guy has bought, or for example, Mansi from Bangalore has bought this few hours back, right? You have seen those things, right? So that's a social proof tool which we have used for one of our clients, and that has already helped us like get a lot of people to register because it shows that people are actively engaging on that page, and then they have a trust. If someone is already registered, it means that they are doing something good, and they have already made their brand on in the market. So as a third tool, the URL is useproof.com. So you can go and start a free trial. It's available for free to start with. Fourth tool is, I would say it's a tool, but it's also an advertising platform, Facebook ads. Okay. It's basically a tool for you. So Facebook ads I use on a regular basis. And that tool has helped us a lot, of course, to generate more revenue for our customers. Fifth is Active Campaign. It's an email marketing tool. It is one of the most advanced automation marketing tools on the planet because it helps you in email automation and basically conditionally segmenting your email marketing audience into different sections and then emailing to them, on the basis of how they react or how they are, kind of taking action on a website. So if you check out Active Campaign, it's one of the most advanced tools and best tools for email marketing. So that's what we use for all our customers, and we recommend everyone to use that if you really want to go in depth into marketing. So that's these 5 tools I use.
Awesome. I think it's like a full round where you start off with objectives and then you look at Facebook ads, target people, and then actually look at the performance of the ads, landing pages, and target the right set, optimize your content, and then get back to engaging them with your email. So I think that's a very beautiful process and a very beautiful cycle that is there. Helps in real engagement of audience. Um, those are definitely some lovely tools that you've given. Now tell us about the apps on your phone that you will not let go, come what may, in a very, very long time to come. Because this is one thing that I have heard from people in the club, that if there's something, yeah, go ask Karan, he has an app for everything. So tell us about 4 or 5 apps that you use on your phone which you wouldn't let go, which of course, let's leave out the Swiggy and the Netflix and probably the Uber, but tell us more about it.
Okay. Are social media tools included in this?
Yes, please. I mean,
Okay.
in any app that you want, but it cannot be
Okay.
the traditional ones that everybody uses. Tell us something which is a little different, and something that you
Oh,
would use on a daily basis, which has helped you probably streamline
hmm.
things, which has really helped you
Okay.
solve a problem.
Okay. Okay. One is Notes, Notes app. Okay, where I write everything. So basically, I write. For example, if anything comes to my mind, I just take out notes and I write it there so that it gets saved on the platform on that particular app. So whenever I have to go back to see that, I just go there and just copy paste something I have to do. So it's easy to access it. That's one app. Second app is it's known as any.do. Any.do is basically an app which is it schedules your tasks. If you have anything to do, if you have a lot of tasks in a single day, you can just mention those tasks there, and it will keep reminding you that this is the task you have to do. So it's kind of task scheduler, kind of an application. Okay. The second app. Third app would be, oh my god, which app? Oh, let me see. Let me see. Let me just go into my phone. Uh, okay. My bank account. Okay. I have an application for my bank account, so I don't want it to go from my phone. Okay. Next is Spotify. Is Spotify allowed? Okay. Yeah, yeah. I won't let Spotify go. It's kind of a breather. I listen to a lot of songs, so I don't want it to go ever. Um, Fifth app is my Wi-Fi broadband app. Okay, why? Because my Wi-Fi gets disconnected a lot of times, so it's easier for me to raise a complaint from my mobile app rather than going to a website. So if my mobile app goes away, then I won't be able to file a complaint for that app. So I don't want that to go. So that's those five apps.
I think that's a very interesting mix of apps that you have, and this is very, very appropriate for the pandemic times. Notes, to-do list, and the
Yeah.
bank part of it, and definitely the Wi-Fi part of it. I think this is good, and then some music for the soul. So this is a lovely balance that you have. Um, Karan, I want to take couple of steps back, and you have done your graduation, you started your agency, and now you're a CMO. Okay, there are many, many students out there who have probably the same aspiration and they see the same set of opportunities. And you've been there and done that. So, what is your suggestion, or rather, what is your advice to the students who have just graduated? I'm talking about the people who have graduated in 2020, like this June, okay, and they are interested in the field of digital marketing. What is your advice to them?
First of all, they have graduated in the wrong year, to be honest. In this pandemic situation, of course, this is going to be a very tough year for them, for everyone, to be honest, who has graduated, because right now the companies are only hiring experts or people who have some level of, experience. Otherwise, they don't want to lose money on training people who are freshers. Otherwise, they will lose time and money, so don't want to do that. So first thing is, of course, digital marketing is a good field, but what I think is, people who come into digital marketing, they don't understand that before you learn digital marketing, marketing and psychology is the first thing you should understand, right? So they think that, just you go into digital, you learn some tools, you just learn how to press buttons, and you are good to go in making money. That's not true, right? Because digital takes a lot of effort. It's not an easy field. It's simple, but it's not easy. You have to put in a lot of research of your own. You have to be creative. You have to train your mind in a manner where you are able to think from a broader perspective, and you're able to put yourself in the audience's shoes in order to craft your campaigns for them. Okay, so if you're not able to do that, then you're not made up for digital. You need to have analytical skills as well. You need to understand data, right? If you think that, this thing, if I've done something, then what is the consequence of that thing, or what are the conclusions you can draw from that particular campaign? So those skills are important. Again, having patience is important. If you're not patient, if you think that, you just work for 1 week and then you will get your money, no, it's not happening. You're in for a surprise. uh, so that will take a lot of time. It's not an easy thing to do. Second is, if you're hungry for growth, if you are think that you can sit in front of a laptop for a longer time, and so come into digital, of course. But if you think that you're not made for digital, don't come into digital. It's not an easy field. As the gurus and experts, they showcase it as a, yo, it's easy. Come on, you can make money right now. Join my webinar and I'll show you how to do it. No, it's not easy. Okay, they are doing it because they want to make money for themselves. They want to build their email list, but that's not true. So if you really want to learn digital marketing, first have a sense of marketing psychology, uh, consumer behavior. Of course, that's important. And yep, you're good to go. Then you can then come in and start learning stuff. But don't just come in for the sake of money, because you won't make money when you come in the industry. So that's my message.
Thank God, and thank God for saying that. Because I'll tell you what is happening in the industry right now. There are people who have graduated, and some people who are good enough have found jobs. Some people who are interested and passionate about certain things have found their jobs, so they found their calling and they have taken it up. Those who haven't found jobs are like, "Hey, digital marketing is booming, so let's get in there." So that's what is happening, and they think that they can just make money out of it. And that's not something. I don't think there's any field in the world which gives you money without efforts. So digital
Oh,
marketing is not an exception. Even though it is in the boom, it is not an exception. So that's something you
sure.
made it very clear. I'm so glad that you made it very clear. So I want to come to the next question with this. Okay, so because we said this, because I keep saying this in my class that okay, just because digital media is one of the papers that I teach, and it's a very small. It's probably about 80 hours that people study it. Okay, and there's very small chunks, and I start from the basics. So they think that they can get into digital marketing, and when I say no, that's not possible, they're like, okay, we're going to take up a course in digital marketing, and that's how we're going to get into digital marketing. So when I see the courses and they come back to me and ask, hey, which course should I take? I'm like, and they're like, ma'am, this gives me Google certification. This gives me Facebook blueprint. And this gives me SEM rush. And these people promise me 100% job placements. And this one says that I can talk to the industry experts. And they say that they will give me money to run my own ads. And this person says I can have my own website. So which of these do I take so that I can start with a salary of 6 lakhs per annum? I am like astounded at that question. Okay, so what is your view on certifications and what is your view on courses like these?
Hmm. Of course, people who sell these things, they want to make money. First of all, it's a primary perspective from their side, and they want to make money. And second thing is they just want to kind of eliminate competition. How? Because if they have more people who are not like them, even if they're teaching them, but the thing is the mindset which they're creating, they are actually eliminating competition from the market, if you see. Because the individuals who take their course could have taken a better course or an advanced course and be a better marketeer from there. But they decided, no, I should come here because they marketed the course very well. We'll give you these certificates, come in. So they're basically mass producing useless robots in the market. Okay, people who would just they graduate and then they do shitty job for their own customers. They would get customers from somewhere who pay them, less than what the labor charges are there in India. They get paid so low and then they don't deliver and then they say digital marketing doesn't work. That's utter nonsense which we get to hear. So I think first thing is, okay, if they're giving certificates, don't go there and learn just for certificates. Even if the content is good, for God's sake, if the content is good, learn, but don't go for certificates because certificates can be given to you for free. That doesn't need to be a kind of a sales factor. So learn for yourself because the thing which you will learn from these gurus will only be 10% or 15% of what is the ocean outside this whole ecosystem of courses. So even if you learn from there, you the next day Google will come with a new algorithm, Facebook will come with a new app, a new settings, a new feature, and then again you would everything which you have learned will go away. All right. So you need to keep updating yourself by subscribing to free, magazines, newsletters, websites where you can get updated to the information. But what you can do is you can then take advanced courses. And for example, if you have learned basic Facebook advertising from somewhere like YouTube for free, go for an advanced course which teaches you more stuff from what you have learned. Okay, so that you're in a position to get results for your customers, for your clients, and make their return on investment much higher, which can give, in turn give you some case studies which you can take up and get more customers in future. Okay, that can be one option, but don't just go for the sake of certificates because that I can also print you and give it to you for free. I can take the test in your behalf and I can give it to you for free. All right, you don't because see what happens. People they spend around 60, 70,000 rupees for certificates. And if I be honest over here, I was also sold on that proposition from DSIM, Facebook and Google certificate, that those kind of buzzwords, and I got sold. So, but I was very, very much aware that I don't have to depend on these institutes for my knowledge. I have to go outside the box, outside my comfort zone, and learn a lot of stuff. So that's what freshers have to do. And again, they don't have to trust Because see, it's very easy to lure new people into your ecosystem via marketing. It's very, very easy. Even a small child can run some ads. If you have seen that guy who is 8 years old, have you seen that guy?
No,
He
no.
is he sells a course on kids mastery. Like, he's an 8-year-old guy. He has created a course and he sells that course. I mean, what? That's kind of a shock to me. He hasn't even passed his, I don't know, seventh standard, eighth standard, sixth standard, and he has created a course. I mean, that's very, very, how these gurus have manipulated everything and they're doing this stuff. But that's what it is. I mean, it's very, very disheartening to see industry going in the wrong manner. And you being a veteran in this industry, you know that how the industry has shaped up from the starting. You know how it was earlier with filled of experts, and how it has become right now, right?
Yeah, it's actually quite painful. And yeah, I mean, if I look at my batch or my set of people who've been in the industry for about 10 years, 12 years, we have actually shunned away from the industry. You know, we don't get in and do a lot of these selling and saying digital marketing works. Yeah, get in. No, it doesn't work like that because we've seen it not work like that. Like, take the 5, 10 top institutes in India and tell me how many people who have actually started this institute or running this institute have their mastery from Google and Facebook. All these people learn things by themselves, and that is why they're gurus, right? And they
True.
read every day. Everybody knows that, you don't read today's blog, you're a dinosaur by evening. Simple. So I have come to terms with the industry like that. So I shy away from anybody who's trying to make tall claims that, today it is the boom. So let's pick it up and this is where you need to be. Yes, this is where you need to be if you're passionate about it and if you have that aptitude for it. Otherwise, it's going to fall flat on this. So Karan, which is your favorite subject when it comes to digital marketing? What do you like the most in digital marketing?
Okay, I like paid medium a lot. Okay, marketing, which means you can put $1 in and get $2 out. Okay, that's the kind of stuff I love. It's very exciting, when you can do that. And on top of that, I love conversions, conversion rate optimization, CRO, in which you optimize something to get more conversions. So that aspect, and of course, social media marketing is the all-time favorite for everyone. So these three things.
Nice. The happening things, actually, the most advanced things. So I don't want to put you on a spot here, but then this is definitely a question that I want to ask you. When you look at this industry, there are so many gurus, there are so many mentors, there are so many people around. Which of them do you follow and why?
Um, I follow. Oh my God, whom do I follow? I follow Saurav Chen. He's doing good personal branding. In personal branding space, if I follow someone, he is doing good in terms of engagement. He has gathered a lot of media attention. That's very good for his brand, which gets his all business entities a lot of inquiries. So that's a good thing he leveraged. Second person I admire is of course Gaurav Madan, because the his attitude towards marketing, not digital marketing, but marketing is what helps him to utilize that for digital. So, understanding the market first, understanding consumers first, and then taking that shift to the digital is what he's the best at. And I have learned Facebook ads from him, advanced Facebook ads from him, and so he's second. Third is Vaibhav Sisinti. Vaibhav Sisinti is a LinkedIn expert and a growth hacker. So I follow him, of course, and he gives out great insights. He also did his workshop recently, so I learned a lot from that workshop. Fourth is Deepak. Deepak in terms of blogging and in terms of community management as well. He has built a big community, of course, and the way he takes a lot of people together in this industry and does things is what we see it. And yeah, there's one more guy I follow. He's popping up right now. If you have heard of Anmol Garg for any reason,
Yes, yes,
yeah,
Anmol,
he's
I
a
know.
great stand up guy, and he also digital marketer. So he is very funny guy, and he's also is good in sales. So that combination is very, very lucrative. So I follow him, of course. And of course, there are more people like Yamni Patel I follow for SEO tips, because I'm not a fan of SEO as such, but I like what he markets, and yeah, and a lot of people. So these are the primary people I follow.
Fantastic. Any particular websites that you follow, apart from obviously the Google blogs and the Facebook blogs and Instagram blogs, the official ones, but any other blogs or any other websites that you follow where you look forward to campaign insights or updates from
Mhm.
people on, like influencers in the marketing bit? Any of these
Yeah,
people or websites that you follow that you would like to share with us?
yeah. Social Media Examiner is a very, very good one. It's a best resource for any social media marketer. And second is a YouTube channel which is known as Serve Site PPC. Okay, that is good for anyone who wants to learn PPC advertising for free on YouTube. So they have around 1 lakh subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, and they have a lot of videos, which you can tutorials built in. They show practical campaign building from scratch, and you can learn from there. So you can learn it for free from there. They don't charge anything, and they also have a newsletter which they follow. So you can go ahead and you can receive their emails on a regular basis. Um, Third is Saurav's blog. I follow a lot. Saurav Jain's blog. He posts a lot about Instagram pics, hashtag stuff, and a lot. So I follow that blog a lot. And next is whom do I follow? I don't remember much, but these three I follow, of course. And one more I would like to name. Udit, uditgoenka.com. If you know Udit Goenka, he's from PageGround. So I read his three blogs which he has posted, and they're very detailed information on each topic because he has the experience of doing that. So he has recently started this his blog and YouTube channel, but they're very, very insightful, and he gives out information which is not available in a paid course. So that's an advantage. So if anyone wants to learn advanced stuff for free, they can go to the point.
Wow, thank you so much for those. I think that's very, very insightful because today what we lack is the ability to exchange information. Because if people know something like the real good ones, they generally shy away from actually putting it out there. Of course, they write a couple of blogs, but then videos are hardly to be found, frankly. They don't necessarily give out things the way it needs to be. So that's, and I'm so glad you mentioned these things. Karan, so what, according to you, is the future of digital media in India, say the next 1 year? Because it's crucial, like everybody is moving to digital, and then pandemic, it's happening, and I can't see anything happening for the next 6 months, as in, these things changing. So what do you think is going to happen in the next 1 year when it comes to digital media?
I think Geo has come in at a big time. I think Geo is going to take over. Okay. First of all, when we heard about Geo Mart, integrating with WhatsApp and Facebook, so that investment is going to like boost for digital, the media perspective and digital marketing perspective in India, because as you see, Geo will now slowly, acquire everything and open everything, for marketeers. So we have a lot to see there. They're also coming up with their own AR/VR platform. If you have seen the recent AGM by Reliance, that AR/VR is going to take a big, big shift. Because we were about to work with a company in which Facebook had invested. So that company was building up AR/VR products, for different brands. For example, IPL happened, right? IPL 2019 happened. So they have built the AR/VR thing where people can see Virat Kohli, batting in front of them, kind of a thing. They can see them. So that kind of experience is what also I'm looking forward in the future. Of course, then Amazon, everything going AR, VR in terms of you buying from Facebook directly. So, I'm looking forward for AR perspective from Facebook also. Next is audio podcasting. Audio marketing is going to take a huge, huge leap. As we see, if you listen to Spotify, a lot of people are now advertising on Spotify. I even heard IBM's ads on Spotify. So that was a big thing. Yeah. So IBM, the B2B company on Spotify, I mean, It's a thing which shows that, of course, you need to be on Spotify for B2B marketing as well. So audio marketing is going to take a huge shift. And third is grabbing attention of, for example, Instagram Reels has launched, right? Those 15-second things. So we are looking forward for some ads over there. So, these short ads which you create. So those ad placements, I'm very, very looking forward to that, where we can advertise and catch attention, because it is completely taken off. TikTok has gone. Otherwise, I could have said TikTok advertisements, not TikTok content. Of course, that's the most cringiest thing ever happened to human beings. I am so, good that it has gone away from the country. But thing is, if it was there, then the TikTok ads for e-commerce businesses, that was good. Next is, um, video marketing is going to take a next level. We see that it's going, but right now it's time for it to have an exponential curve rather than having a linear curve and then just growing curve. But now exponential and a J curve, it will take up. Every business will now have one, at least one video in their marketing, planning. So otherwise, they had just had, what we say, static creatives, but right now they would have videos, because they understand that for catching attention, human attention, video is very, very, very much important. Next is, messaging chatbots will take a huge exponential growth, where people coming on the website and automatically chatting with the bots and completing a transaction. Because right now what we have seen is we installed the chatbot on a website, and basically what we did was, we put an FAQ. Okay, we put an FAQ there in the chatbot themselves. So it means that you remove the objection of the user by a chatbot. For example, if he says ki, will I get a refund of my product? Okay, so the chatbot has already a question. So user would say yes, we would give you a refund. It means ki then after that you can have a placement of your product link or the cart link. Okay, for example, your product cost is 14.99, and then after you have cleared the objection that you can refund that amount back to the customer would buy that product. And we have tested this currently, and we have got 2-3 sales from that particular chatbot. So that's what you're saying, ki removing objections, the chatbots are going to play a huge role. And of course, personal branding would be on the rise. You can see, Elon Musk's, thing going on Twitter. He just posts something, and his company shares go up and down. So that's gonna take a huge rise. And yeah, these are things which people should focus upon. And of course, communities. So communities is going to increase. Yeah.
Time, big time. So I think that sums up a lot of things when it comes to digital, like, just speaking about AR and VR, when you're talking about video, these are things that have been talked about. But the chatbot part of it, I'm glad you gave this example, because chatbots are being talked about for a very long time now, but I haven't seen it like grow. And that was probably because chatbots had to have that little bit of machine learning and AI come into picture and make it like a lot more contextual. So today I think there is more data to learn from, and probably give the right answers to understand the person, map that persona, and actually put things in place. So I think we've covered most of the things that we wanted to, but is there anything that you want to add or you want to talk about? Tell the people out there about something new or something different or something about yourself. Anything that you would like to speak about?
Only one thing that, whatever you're doing right now in marketing, make sure that you implement and not just teach to others. Okay. First implement for yourself, test it out for yourself, and then go forward and teach it to others, because you have a huge responsibility when you teach something to someone. If you teach that something to someone, and if you haven't done it yourself, then that particular person won't implement it correctly, and it has a direct impact on the market. Okay, so if that person hasn't served the customer correctly, then customer loses the confidence on the whole industry. Okay, so if even if tomorrow, if any big guy, an experienced guy approaches that person, he won't take up the project, because he would say digital marketing won't work for me, because the person who took the project at the first place screwed the project. And then, so I would only say, because there are a lot of budding people coming in, and the future is in their hands. Future is in their hands. So if digital marketing has to exist in India, that has to be very much controlled. And also, I would say that don't work with Indian clients much, to be honest. Um, those people who don't have much budgets, try going international a little bit, because right now I would be shifting my focus to international as well. My own business blog, which is there for my own name, I would take this international and I'll register as a company in US. Okay, I would do that, and I won't register a company in India. I faced a lot of issues. So so just bureaucrats have screwed us a lot basically. So I won't register a company in India. So I would do that in US. So of course, have customers, but make sure that your customers are your responsibility. So don't screw them. Deliver to your best, and yeah, all the best to everyone who is watching this.
Neat, very nicely put. Very nicely put. So I agree with Karan, when people are taking on clients, please understand that you are
Yeah,
representing the industry for the clients. So if you mess it up, that means you're messing
true.
up the. I mean, this is happening. See, this COVID times, and imagine what the doctors are going through. You went to one doctor and they said no, and you went to one hospital, they said something else. So the entire hospitals and the entire doctor fraternity becomes bad, right? So we are facing that. It is not any different for a digital marketing world, and also for this is for digital marketing professionals and practitioners, also for people who are trainers in the digital marketing space. That's also something I think Karan has already mentioned this. He answered this question before, that let's look at learning together. Let's look at being a mentor rather than a trainer. Let's look at learning new things, and let's also look at encouraging the next generation, because see, as digital natives, they're very different. So we have to accept the fact that they will be different from us, and they will learn faster than us. So they would probably be teaching us as trainers something new. So let's keep our minds open. And I'm telling this as a trainer in digital marketing for such a long time now. I have learned more from the Instagram generation, and I'm probably right now learning more from the TikTok generation, right? We're talking about the difference between Gen X and Gen Y. The difference between Gen Y and Gen Z is so different, and that's yet to come out. You'll have more differences. You'll have more personas coming out, and the behavior is so different. So these things are happening. So as trainers and as practitioners, let's be very open-minded, and let's be clear that at all given point of time, we have to grow the industry together. To cut
True.
competition in the name of competition, we cannot possibly ruin the industry for others, because ultimately we're ruining it for ourselves too. It's the same industry. It's a very small world. And it's round. It's a very small world. So we will come back, and it will come back to hit us at certain given point of time. So
True.
with that, we
Also,
almost,
one more point is
yes, please.
there, which is, I think a lot of people, I would say, if you have to really become a pro in marketing, try and get more B2B clients. Okay, in terms of B2B marketing, because once you master B2B marketing right on the digital, you can master B2C any day. Mastering B2, I think you have done a lot of B2B marketing, right? So you know that mastering B2B is a very tough game, but when you do that, any other thing you do, it becomes very, very easy for you. So
Definitely.
that is very tough aspect people need to be very, very clear upon, and they can experience it. If you want to become a pro, go with B2B and experience B2B also.
Perfect. No, that's very true. Actually, that's very true. See, in B2B, the funda is about addressing the audience of one. We have to stop thinking about
So
the product and services and see who is that
yes,
one audience we are addressing and their persona itself. So once that comes in, I think with experience that becomes easy. And yeah, I think that sums up quite a bit of things, even though I do not agree with Karan when he says that he wants to go out and register his company somewhere else. I love it here. But I think, yes, the experience that he has got with the bureaucrats is very different from what I have with companies. And I'm sure Karan, after goes out, and will probably also come back and have companies here sometime soon.
yeah, of course.
Okay. And
Of course, take the time, then things will improve. So if they improve, then I'm fine with it.
definitely, definitely. We are on the road there. We are on the path. So I'm sure we'll get to the destination. So Karan, I want to ask you a very personal question before we close this out. Something quite personal in terms of, I don't know if you've spoken about this. If Karan was not a digital marketer at all, if he had never attended the digital marketing workshop or the class which gave that turn of being a digital marketer, what would Karan be today? What is it that he is passionate about, and what would actually Karan Parwani be doing today if he wasn't pursuing digital marketing?
I would have been a coder. I've told you right, when I came, I started learning HTML, and then my mind shifted to digital. So I would have been a person wearing a hoodie, like this, and like, being a hacker or something. And but also I love gaming, so I would also like to pursue my career in gaming as well. In terms of while I'm doing digital, I would like to become, in the esports where you play games, you play competitions, you win prizes. So I had the resistance to play for a long time. Maximum I have played in a day is around 7 hours, 6 7 hours of continuous gaming I've done. So that I have, so that resistance I have, which I can keep and through which I can also make money. So I'm thinking of, because I'm coming up with a gaming blog as well in 2021 January. So I would launch that. So I think that I'm going the direction. So along with digital, I have a gaming segment as well that I would make money from.
Whoa. So, people who are watching, please await the gaming blog from Karan. I think with that we come to the end of this episode. I have loved this conversation, Karan. It's almost like a heart-to-heart talk between two digital marketeers and what we have faced in this field. And I think it comes with maturity. It comes with a little bit of seasoning in the field, the kind of attitude you need and the kind of aptitude you need for this field. So thank you so much for your time and effort for this lovely conversation. And I do hope to keep in touch with you to find out what you do next.
Sure,
Okay.
sure. Thank you so much for inviting, and you're doing a great job. And of course, I would say that your dream guest should be Seth Godin. Okay, you bring that him, and that would be
Nice.
great. I'm expecting Seth
I hope
Godin
so.
on this.
I really hope so. If Seth Godin can come in, nothing like it. I've only heard him on YouTube, and let's see if we can get that. Thank you so much for coming in, and thanks for your time. With that, I would like to also thank the people who are watching this episode, and I'm sure those who are watching this episode, you have your own opinion on the conversation that we have had. I don't think all of you agree with what everything that we have discussed. So when you have a difference of that opinion, remember to comment below, because that will give me a learning. That's going to be a learning for me, and that will give me an opportunity to actually connect with you. So all you need to do is leave your opinions and questions if you have any in the comment section below, and please do it, as I said, because it really helps me learn. If you want to be a part of these series, then please be active on my Facebook page and LinkedIn page, and of course my YouTube channel. This way you'll get to know the tone of the show, and I'm happy to have anybody as a guest who's got something to speak about which is new in the industry, or something that's not spoken about or very less spoken about in the industry. So if you want to get in touch with me, I'm available on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and Gmail as Consult Mansi. That's CONSULTMANASI. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see your opinions soon in my inbox and in the comment section. Okay. Thank you so much, Karan. Thanks.
Thank you.